Hi y'all, today I'm going to do an updated review on the pros and cons of The Secret Garden by Joanna Basford. In my first review, I touched on the things that I liked and I didn't like in this book, and I feel like some people kind of got the impression that they didn't want to buy this book because of that. And while a lot of people agree with the pros and the cons of this book, I wanted to correct that because this book is definitely worth the buy. It is worth coloring it is worth having. It's every penny. It's just an amazing book. The art in this book is great, and there's so many possibilities and learning curves that, you know, it's definitely worth it. Now, when I first got this book, I did not have really good color pencils. I had Staedtler and Artist Loft, and it tended to tear up the page whenever I would try to layer my colors. And since then, I've gotten some Prisma colors, and they're a little pricier. They're not, you know, cheap. I just kind of buy them individually as I need them. And of course, if you can afford the set, I totally encourage that because it's really worth it. Now, as you can see, I can do a lot of layering with the colors in this book, and it doesn't affect the paper at all. It turns out really pretty, in my opinion. There's a lot better artists out there than me, but, you know, I'm learning. I'm attempting. As you can see, here's another page done with the Prismacolor pencils, and it turned out fantastic, in my opinion. There's no shredding, and the colors layer just fine. The Prismacolor pencils are a lot softer. The lead is a lot softer, so it doesn't do the damage. Now, you can use fine liners, and you can use markers, and as you can see, I used some fine liners in this one and a little bit of markers. It's kind of small, and it didn't bleed through. Now, when I use the Bic fine liners or Sharpie fine liners or, you know, any of those alcohol-based ones, then it will bleed through. So I tend to stick with the color pencils unless I'm just doing some really fine detailing. This one I'm not done with yet. I still have a whole lot of shading and layering to do, but you could, like I said, you can see that with the different pencils it has a completely different effect. That's where I used marker and it bled through, and I just kind of gave up on this picture. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should go back in and try to fix it, but that'll be later. This was one that I did with markers and the other color pencils, and while I feel like it still turned out really pretty, this is where you see, I mean, you can really feel the damage to the paper, and you can feel, you can see how it shreds the paper, the white in it. That's not an effect I put there. That's the paper tearing apart with the cheap pencils. And that's why I had a lot of cons on this first one, on the first review. There's another one I did. I did the black background in that, and it bled through, which, whatever. This one is done with Prismacolor, and the background is done in chalk pastel or soft pastels, chalks. The paper takes really good with that too. Let's see. There's another one. It's Prismacolors. So as you can see, this book it's really worth it, you guys. Go get it. A lot of places it's back ordered. You can't get it. I've found copies at Binder's Art Supply Store in Atlanta. I've also found copies at Barnes & Noble and Books A Million. You can order it off Amazon. Some people say they've waited like 2 months for it. I waited about 2 weeks and I got my copy. A lot of people have also said that they've back ordered it at Barnes & Noble's, and after 2 months, the store actually canceled their order because it didn't come in. So if you find this book, snatch it up. It's an amazing book. It's worth it if you like to color and you like some more intricate designs versus like SpongeBob. No offense to SpongeBob, but she's also got another book called Enchanted Forest, and she's got one called The Lost Ocean that's coming out, I believe, in October or September, which I've already pre-ordered. So I really encourage you to get this book. Watch the pros and cons review if you want to, so you know the things I like and dislike about it, but just keep in mind that, you know, with the right color pencils and fine liners, that this book can really be great.